Hi, how's it going? Charles Bodenstein. Today we're going to be talking about something that you already know. You've heard it, you may understand it, but when you see it in action, when you see an example, it triggers, oh, that's what he meant. And it may not even be me, it may be someone else. So there's two things. There's a multitude of things I'm gonna say right now. Number one is when something doesn't apply, don't poo-poo it. Don't be like, oh, this doesn't apply. I'm gonna downvote the video and I'm gonna unsubscribe. Be like, okay, cool. You know how many YouTube subscriptions I have? I have probably 60 or 70. Probably 70. And then if the video doesn't look interesting, I don't click on it. And if I click on it and it's not interesting, I go. But the thing is, consume as much as you can, as fast as you can, and apply it in your life. And if you can't apply it, look for examples. Here's a perfect example. So I was just getting breakfast, and everyone knows give without expectations of receiving. Okay, so that means give a gift without expectations of hearing a thank you. Like my mom gave one of my friends a gift for his wedding, and she never got a thank you card. And it's been 2.5, 3 years, and she's like, yeah, he never said. 2.5, 3 years later, you're still, you know that you gave the gift. And listen, it's not against my mom, it's not against my friend. It's just the expectation should be, I'm giving this, whether it's a compliment or a gift or something, with no expectations, especially if you're in sales. The people with the wealth, the most amount of wealth, they give all their contacts, they connect people, they give referrals, they say, no, I'll help you out, don't worry about it, or go to this guy, or they'll give you discounts. Like literally, I remember the first time that I started like dealing with wealthy people in business, I'm like, these people are the most generous. Like society tells you like they're dicks, they're assholes, they screw you over, and the 1% is someone to, pay their fair share. And like that's how I thought of them, because that's what I was being told by society and school and teachers and everything else. And then I started dealing with them. I'm like, these are the most generous people, and the reason they got there is because they don't have an and I'm not saying every single one, okay? I'm saying the majority is that they give without an expectation of anything in return. They give something without an outcome. So in other words, my mom gave the gift expecting a thank you. If you're giving a gift expecting a thank you and you don't get the thank you, that's what happens. 3 years later, you're still thinking about this gift. It's been on your mind. Perfect example. And the reason I'm making this video, I just got my breakfast, and the girl in front of me held the door for someone that was coming inside the place that I was buying this. So she held the door, and the woman walked in, and she didn't say thank you. The woman that held the door was like, can you believe that? She didn't say thank you. I held the door, and she didn't say thank you. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, was that the only reason you're holding the door, was to get the thank you? Was the only reason you're connecting people was for the thank you? Was the only reason you're giving the referral or the business or connecting people or holding was for that thank you? Or were you actually doing it for the generosity of who you are as a person? So this ties into two things. Number one is being tied to an outcome. You call someone, and if you're tied to the outcome of getting business and you don't get business, you feel bad. The only reason you feel bad is because you had an expectation that didn't happen. Perfect example, I was at the gym this morning. Here comes another one. I'm talking to this pretty girl. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me at all. I thought I was entertaining myself. I thought it was a fun conversation. She just didn't want to have anything to do with me. So I walked away. It's like we were both stretching after a class, and she just was like that, and then just moved away. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's a perfect example, is that other people that are not in tune with this would say, I got rejected. There's something wrong with me. And this is why subscribing to these videos, but you have to apply it in real life, because these things will happen. I didn't get rejected. Like, she could have had a bad day, or maybe she sprained her ankle, or maybe she has a boyfriend, or maybe she wasn't into me, or whatever. Like, it could be so many things, a multitude of things. And I'm saying that I was expecting an outcome and it didn't happen, or I was holding the door, or I gave a present, or I gave a referral, or I connected two people and I didn't get a thank you. So now you feel bad, or why didn't he say thank you, or can you believe that? In other words, what I'm saying is an external thing. an external conversation that I had with this girl, or an external person. In other words, internal, I mean internal, or anything else, on the outside world. That's what I mean by external, is that if someone on the external, or obviously someone else, didn't say thank you because you held the door, that means they have more power over your emotions than you do. They have more power over how you feel, how you think, how you go throughout your day. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. That woman will stub her toe, or she'll miss an elevator, or business won't come her way. And then later on tonight, she'll say, it wasn't my day. It was just a bad day. Dude, you made it a bad day. You know how many times I open the door, nobody says thank you? I put luggage when I'm boarding an airplane and they don't. I'm not saying what they're doing is right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your reaction to what happens. That's what I'm saying, is that don't have expectations of business going through, of an interaction or an interview going the way you want, or school or whatever. That's the biggest thing, is that you have to control how you feel. And the biggest way to control how you feel is to literally pretend like you're looking down on the situation. You're like God looking down on the situation, and you're just like, what just happened? Someone opened a door, someone walked in, and that was it. And what? They didn't say thank you. Or my mom gave a gift to my friend and he didn't say thank you. Like, the guy is a great guy. Maybe he just lost a card to who that gift was from and he just feels really bad about it. How about that? 3 years later, he's like, I still haven't thanked someone. That's the biggest thing, all right? So give without expectations. The wealthiest people on this planet give, and they have no... Here's the last example, and I'll let you guys go. My sister was traveling throughout Europe this past summer, and one of her good friends was, I think she used to live in Paris or whatever, and like literally wrote this huge email, connected my sister to all of these different people and things to do and connections and whatever. And I remember talking to my sister, and she doesn't get it. She was on the phone with me, and she was like, yeah, I don't know what she was expecting in return. And I was like, Carrie, maybe she was just giving it because she's a generous girl. But my sister was thinking, she's giving this for something in return. No. This girl, who I know, she's very well off, and she's doing very well in business. And the girl was just giving because that's who she is. She was just giving this, like, here's all the people I know, here's all the connections, you could do what you want. My sister's thinking she wants something in return. That's not the right way to think, all right? So there's a lot in that video. Leave your comments below. I know there's going to be a lot of them. I know one of the comments is like, so we shouldn't open the door? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be tied to an outcome. Don't be tied to an outcome of a gift. Listen, it's not right that they don't say thank you for a gift or opening the door or a compliment or whatever. I'm not saying that. That like they should say thank you. It's your reaction to what they do. You're tied to an outcome of them, all right? So have an awesome day. Hope this helps a little bit. Leave your comments below. I'll talk to you guys.